It's time for sports. We say hello to Ketevan Gorgistani. Two matches on tap in the Champions League. But first, you want to revisit last night, it seems.
Yes, let's revisit last night, and let's revisit the win for Paris Saint-Germain at Old Trafford. Of course, a win against the odds, because we were talking yesterday about how Man United were revived and Paris Saint-Germain were supposed to struggle without Neymar and Edinson Cavani, but instead they dominated the game. It was a lackluster first half, but Paris finally got on the score sheet in the 53rd minute through the most unlikely of scorers, defender Presnel Kimpembe scoring the very first goal of his professional career. 7 minutes later, Kylian Mbappé, the sole survivor of Paris's famed attacking trio, doubling their lead, and that would be at the end of it. Final score 2-0. Great result for Paris, but for coach Thomas Tuchel, more than the result, it's the way that his team played that made him proud.
So it was amazing to see. It was amazing to see and gave us, of course, a lot of confidence and gives us still a lot of confidence. I think that we grew again in this match. We did the next step to defend like this here. And like you said, not allow big chances, to allow only a few shots outside the box, and it's it's a big achievement for us, and of course has to be repeated.
Manchester United, on the other hand, were brought back to reality with their very first loss under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And there was more bad news for the Red Devils, with Jesse Lingard and Anthony Martial both injured in that game, and Paul Pogba sent off in the final minutes for a second yellow card. That means that the Frenchman will miss the second leg in Paris on March the 6th. Now, in the other game last night, Roma beat Porto 2-1 thanks to 19-year-old Nicolo Zaniolo's back-to-back goals in the second half, his first goals in the Champions League. Tonight, the three-time champions Real Madrid will be the clear favorites against struggling Ajax, having won 7 of their 12 encounter, with the Dutch side's last win coming 23 years ago. The other game will see Tottenham face Bundesliga leaders Dortmund at Wembley, with the Spurs hoping to take a step towards their first quarterfinal since 2011. The Germans will be without their captain, Marco Reus, but Spurs have injury problems of their own, missing Harry Kane and Dele Alli, with Danny Rose still in doubt. But despite their injuries, manager Mauricio Pochettino is confident that his team can see off Dortmund. They are on a good run of 10 wins in 12 games, the best Premier League run since December, giving them plenty of confidence and motivation.
Yeah, we definitely want to win this game. We feel so good as a team, so strong, and yeah, we know a couple of guys will come back after the first leg as well. So you know, it's a tough fixture for us, but yeah, we've shown last year we can beat everyone, and yeah, a good result in a home fixture is always helpful if you have to go to a tough place like Dortmund.
Let's move on now to the night's NBA action. The Atlanta Hawks snapping a 3-game losing streak as they beat the LA Lakers. LeBron James did his part for LA with a triple-double, 28 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds, but that was not good enough to make up for the subpar performance of his teammates. Meanwhile, rookie Trae Young had 22 points and 14 assists, with the Hawks still struggling, though, in the final quarter. They scored just 7 points in the final 6.5 minutes before Young darted past James for a lay-in and a foul to dash any hope of a Lakers comeback. Atlanta eventually winning it 117-113. Let's take a look at the other results of the night. San Antonio hanging on for a 1-point win over Memphis to break a 4-game losing streak. The Magic blew out the Pelicans 118-88, while Kevin Durant had 28 points as the Golden State Warriors beat the Utah Jazz 115-108. And we finish with a bit of skiing. It's a rest day for the World Championships in Sweden, with the women's giant slalom coming up tomorrow. A race that will see a big first. At just 17 years old, Mia Claire is set to become the first woman from Madagascar to race at the Alpine World Championships. Born in Madagascar, she grew up in the Alps after being adopted by a French couple before opting for Malagasy citizenship 2 years ago. Claire already became the first female representative of her country at the Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang last year and delivered on the slopes, finishing 47th and 48th in the slalom and giant slalom. And she's hoping to improve on those results in Sweden, dismissing those who see her as just another exotic participant.
Some people will think I'm just here to make the most of it, try a few races and have some fun. But it's much more than that. I have bigger goals. I want to get results, improve and target World Cup podiums and Olympic medals. I try not to pay attention to what people say and stay focused on my goals.
Big day tomorrow for her with the giant slalom, and she's still hoping to qualify also for the slalom.
All right, many thanks for that. Ketevan Gorjestani will be following that, as well as those Champions League results later.